Danny, no one likes to miss football matches, that could happen, but do you have to take the positives out of Friday's game being postponed ahead of this next one against Morecambe?
I think, Dave, we never like football to be cancelled. You know, football's not the weekends are not the same for us without football, for sure. But ultimately, we can't do anything with the weather. So when it did happen, you know, credit to Salford, because I think we found out really early on the Thursday. So it then allowed us to change our plans and train in a different way. So all of a sudden, instead of it being a match day -2, it becomes a match day -9, and we could train in a much more of a physical way on the Thursday, and then obviously on the Friday and across the weekend. So yeah, we've just ultimately made the best of a bad situation. I think we've had some really good time on the grass with the players. Again, I have to credit the players. I think their application has been outstanding, and we're a team that, you know, when we watch us day in, day out, that are getting better by the day.
And of course, the last 10 days or so, you've had to adapt those training for new players coming in as well.
Yeah, of course. You know, you're in a busy January transfer window, and the picture changes every day. We're so pleased to be able to bring Riley Harbottle in at the beginning of the week. Something that we worked really hard to achieve. I think, you know, Riley's a boy that did brilliantly at Mansfield last year. Was a key player for them. I think scored 6 goals as well for the centre half, which is fantastic stats, and a boy brilliant in both boxes, but has real quality on the ball as well. The type of centre half that we really like, and yeah, of course, off the back of his Mansfield experience, he had lots of options. I think lots of League One options. I think League Two options. Pretty much the whole league wanted him in the summer. Decided to go to Hibernian. And yeah, when we found out that there was an opportunity to take him, we jumped at it, and yeah, he was obviously, I think he was in Dubai when we first spoke, and then in Edinburgh. But yeah, we managed to, I think, just to speak to him and tell him a little bit about the project. And of course, when you're 22nd in League Two, you know, when people just look at that league position singularly, then yeah, it can maybe put players off. But I think we were able to explain to him the project. We were able to talk to him about the plans that we had for the team. I think we were able to talk to him about the plans that we had for his development and how we felt we could help him improve, because I think this is, you know, the best relationships. We know he's going to give us a lot, but we've also got to give back as well. So how could we help him with his development in his game? I mean, obviously also the wonderful facilities that we have here, and yeah, we managed to convince him that this was the right place, and yeah, it's going to be a brilliant signing for us. I have no doubts. And then of course Alistair Smith, and yeah, Al is a boy that again we know really well from our time at Lincoln. I think he was coming through at Mansfield, and of course when you're Lincoln and Mansfield and the locations are quite close, you play against each other a lot in development games, and also in the EFL Trophy we tended to be in the same groups, so we saw a lot of him. And of course when you see a boy who's 6'4" and moves as well as he does, I think he naturally catches your attention. And yeah, we've really enjoyed watching him at Sutton. I think he did brilliantly in a Sutton team that was that had so much to admire, coming through the divisions and just massively overachieving. Playing with Craig Eastman, who's a brilliant midfield player. I think they complemented each other so well, and obviously helped each other as well. I think, you know, definitely Al learned a lot from Craig. And yeah, when the chance which came to take him, it was like, oh, we need to do everything we can to make this happen. And yeah, again, spoke to him. I think he's been really unlucky at Lincoln. I think really at Sutton he was the first name on the team sheet, and you know, really valued. I think he's gone to Lincoln, which was a great move for him, a brilliant club as Nicky and I know, and probably just unfortunately being used in a different way to maybe where his strengths are. I think being used more as a wide 10. I think Lincoln had some real injury problems at the top end of the pitch, and I think as a consequence of that, he's had to play in a higher position where we think he's a centre midfielder. We think he's a boy that loves to arrive into the space rather than be in the space. He's got incredible athleticism, and he's technically really good. Obviously has a futsal background, and has real sort of technical quality and that real dexterity on the ball. And very rarely when you're at this level do you have the opportunity to sign a player that has the physicality and the athleticism and the technical ability. So when you do, you have to try to move heaven and earth to make it happen, and we're so pleased to have him with us.
And January is a difficult transfer window in the fact that these guys haven't got time to bed in like they do if you sign them in June and July ready for pre-season, for 6 weeks later to have to be ready for a league game. They've kind of all got to hit the ground running because, especially the position we're in, we need them now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, for Riley, he's been starved of first team football but still played well over 1,000 minutes. And Alistair has been playing competitively in League One and had a lot of starts and a lot of appearances off the bench for Lincoln. So I think we find them both in a place where they're physically ready to help the group and to hopefully contribute.
And the fact that they've been with the lads now for a few days, they'll come into your thinking for the game at Morecambe, which again is going to be a really tough one.
Yes, of course. Yeah, both have trained with us all week, which has been great. We were able to get both deals agreed over the weekend. So pleased that they've been able to train with the group and start to build the relationships and start to build their understanding of our game idea. And of course, we go to Morecambe. I think Morecambe as a football club, there's a lot to admire. Did brilliantly to get into League One. Had the tough feeling of a relegation, but a group that have been had a really strong start to the season. Obviously lost their manager, probably a little bit ahead of us because their new manager's been in for a longer period of time. I think they're a team that can mix their way that they play, can win games in lots of different ways, can really dominate the ball and play through teams. I've seen them do that really, really well. I've also seen them being a real threat on the counter-attack as well. A good group of players and very well coached. So we understand the challenge. I think for us, we're a team that's improving by the day. I can really feel the connection starting to grow. And we're super excited about the game Saturday.